There are many editing softwares out there, with different apps specializing in different areas. But have you ever wondered which one is the best? Well, today we're going to find out. We're going to be testing a number of major editing apps with representatives from each software to see who can come up with the best edit. To make it more fair, we've all been given the same character and the same amount of time. Just a reminder that my views on the edits are just my opinions, which should be taken lightly, and you don't have to agree. Let's dive right in. We're kicking off with a powerful mobile software used by millions worldwide, Alight Motion. Commonly considered the After Effects of mobile, Alight Motion is an advanced editing app that lets creativity flow, unlike CapCut, which is relatively limited to its presets. Our representative for Alight Motion is Ket_EditZ, an experienced editor in manga edits, with over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. One thing that might limit him is that this will be his second ever AMV edit, so he is not used to this style. But in my opinion, he did impress me with his typography edit. So, without further ado, let us watch what he came up with. Overall, I think he made a good edit with smooth motion and nice text, but I think he could improve on the effects. I will rate this a 7 out of 10. Now, we are moving to After Effects, the industry standard for VFX editing. For After Effects, we actually have two representatives to compensate for the Blur editor, who unfortunately had to drop out. Our first one is Bathroom_AMV, who I think is the best editor here. Being a member of some big units, let's watch his edit. Holy peak. That edit was so clean, the transitions were smooth, and the effects were not just randomly thrown on for no reason. The only way I think that could be improved is to use text in your edit. But that was an amazingly smooth edit, so I will give it a 9 out of 10. Our second After Effects editor is Ashibui, an editor specializing in game edits for games such as Genshin Impact and Honkai Star Rail. Without further ado, let us view their edit. Oh my god, that might just be even better than the last one. Really smooth movements and transitions, great usage of overlays, but it could have been longer and not just looped 3 times. However, I think this edit is fantastic because it fits the song so well and ended up getting me vibing to it. I'm giving it an easy 9.5 out of 10. Our second software will be CapCut, an easy-to-use software with a friendly interface, but maybe limiting for editors who want to be creative. To represent this controversial software, we will have one mobile user and one PC editor to see how which device you edit on will affect your performance. Starting with the PC editor, we have AllSockJ, a great editor who likes to create AMVs and uploads regularly. Let's take a look at his edit. That edit had nearly everything: overlays, transitions, effects, text, shakes. But it was just lacking a little in one aspect: smoothness. If he could fix that, then his edit would be almost perfect. And honestly, that even looked a lot like it was made on After Effects, so that was a great edit overall. I'll give it an easy 8 out of 10, maybe even leaning slightly higher. Our next CapCut editor is going to be Greasy_is_lazy, a peak editor who I've even collaborated with a bunch of times. He regularly edits games, movies, and TV shows on CapCut Mobile, but he sadly stopped making long-form AMVs around a month ago. So this edit is one of his last AMVs ever. Let's see what he cooked up. That was really cool. I specifically liked the motion of the edit, but the text, color correction, and overlays were also nice. To make it even better, I would suggest making the quality better. Another thing to note is that he made this whole edit on mobile, which is impressive because it looks a lot like the CapCut PC edit, and editing on mobile can be pretty irritating at times. Overall, I'm giving this one an 8.5 out of 10, also because I personally enjoyed watching it a lot, and I even replayed the whole edit after it was over. Lastly, we're moving on to Premiere Pro, a sister software to After Effects, made by the same company, Adobe. Premiere Pro is generally used for longer videos, compared to After Effects' specialized interface and tools for VFX. Representing Premiere Pro is myself, and I have a relatively low experience in the software, but I am passionate about editing, and I'm improving pretty fast. So, without further ado, let's take a look at my edit. Tell me how good my edit was in the comments, but I think it was pretty mid, and that I could have done a lot better. I'm giving it a 6.5 out of 10. I was also going to add a blur editor, but sadly, he had to drop out of this challenge due to personal reasons. Next time, I'll include other softwares too, such as DaVinci Resolve and maybe even Sony Vegas Pro, as well as InShot and many more. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you to all of the editors that participated, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.